To teach her abusive husband a lesson, the woman began training in combat techniques. She worked her way up from basic punches and knee strikes to building her resilience, reaction speed, and finally, agility. After more than 3 months of grueling training, Jennifer transformed from a housewife into a skilled fighting master. Once ready, she sneaked into her husband's mansion to put her plan into action. Jennifer carefully picked the door lock and spent the night on the roof, staying out of sight until the next day when Mitt left for work. Only then did she climb down from the rooftop. She then habitually turned off the coffee machine her husband had forgotten. Just as she pressed the button, Mitt unexpectedly returned. Seeing this, Jennifer quickly relocated. Fortunately, when Mitt saw the coffee machine off, he assumed he had remembered wrong, and since it was time to leave for work, didn't suspect an intruder. Once he left, Jennifer retrieved her tools from her bag and began executing her plan. She first went to the basement and cut the phone lines. Next, she hid all the knives from the house inside the refrigerator. Then, using a metal detector, she confiscated her husband's weapons and placed a pre-written fake note inside, written in Mitt's voice, inviting Jennifer to discuss custody of their daughter. Finally, she set up signal jammers and carefully memorized the placement of all the furniture. Once everything was in place, Jennifer put on her combat boots and tucked 3 large diamond rings under her gloves to increase the impact of her punches. At dusk, when Mitt returned home, the lights suddenly went out. Seeing that the neighbor's house was still lit, he immediately sensed something was wrong. He tried to grab his gun, but accidentally left fingerprints on the note. When he attempted to call for help, there was no signal. Mission accomplished. Jennifer turned the lights back on and slowly stepped out from the shadows in front of her husband. She first threw 2 punches to provoke Mitt, then skillfully led him into the living room. This was designed to make it look like he had been abusing her, leaving his fingerprints and shoe prints on everything in the room. Jennifer only had to dodge and wait for the perfect opportunity to strike him relentlessly. Mitt underestimated her, and Jennifer's months of grueling training gave her the upper hand. The fight was one-sided. Eventually, Mitt was kicked down the stairs, hitting his head on the steel frame, dying in his rage. Afterward, Jennifer threw all the tools into the lake, destroying the evidence, and called the police. She claimed she had been abused, and that she accidentally killed him while defending herself. With the fake note in the drawer and Mitt's fingerprints on the furniture, Jennifer was ultimately ruled to have acted in self-defense and was acquitted. This verdict allowed her not only to escape her husband's control completely, but also to inherit his entire estate. With this money, she could start a new life with her daughter.